Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Good evening and welcome to the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. It's a Saturday doubleheader for your Baruch College Bearcats. First, the women host the SUNY Poly Wildcats. We are moments away here from tip-off here at the Arc Arena as Baruch trying to rebound off of a game against Hunter last week to pick up a W here against the Wildcats of SUNY Poly. Let's turn it over now to Marty Collins for our national anthem and our starting lineup.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Arena. Our first two games today. Our first contest between SUNY Wildcats and the College Bearcats. This time, we ask everyone to please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
And welcome back to the Arc Arena. Starting lineups are in, and we're moments away from tip-off in the first game of our doubleheader for your Baruch College Bearcats. Bringing in alongside me, John Neves. I'm David Justin. John, we saw SUNY Poly go to one of our competitors last night. Brooklyn College really struggle on their home floor. What do you have in store for tonight?
Yeah, so SUNY Poly, they're from the Utica area, and they played a pretty tough schedule. You look at some of the opponents they played, they're historically schools that you would always expect to win 17, 18 games. So their record is a little deceiving. But I also think that last night's result speaks to how strong Brooklyn's team is this year. But they, what happens a lot of times in our business, David, is we have teams that play us. They have kids from New York City, and they want to give the kids a hometown game in front of their parents. And that's part of the reason why some of these teams will come, just like we sometimes as well try to go out of town and give one of our out-of-state kids an opportunity to play in front of family.
And a change for Coach Katrozos that we've seen in the last couple of games. Lola Ideer, number 33 in the starting lineup, having some success at a 19-point game 2 games back.
Yeah, if she contributes that type of points per game like we saw at Yeshiva, it's going to make a big difference with this team.
So SUNY Poly won the tip, and once again, impressed by their size. Few players. We have Faith Wagner at 5'10", Sana Lee at 6'1", who won the opening tip. So something that Baruch consistently, game over game, has to contend with, but another matchup here where we can see some paint possessions for the Wildcats. Ball up top here with Jackson. Ball swung around near side. Off her foot, goes right into the hands of Coach Petrozos, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, Bearcats, this is the last game before finals and holiday break. You want to basically play well, because you don't. Whatever happens today sticks with you for about 2.5 weeks. You're stuck with that taste. So you want to put together a good performance.
Zaire pulls from near side three and knocks it down. And we spoke about her on the early part of the kickoff, having some success here as she's recently moved into the starting lineup.
Well, she did very well in Long Island as a high school student. So she has the ability at this level to be very successful.
And just like that, inside, Alyssa Jackson able to get to the lane and drive it in, lay it in, excuse me. So now Castillo going to drive, kick it out Baccarella near side, baseline jumper, shot a bit too strong, off McCrae's arm last, and it'll go back to the Wildcats.
Yeah, Bearcats are going to do a lot of pressing right now. They're going to try to get some points as well off turnovers.
So Coach Petrozos going to the bench early here as Thornton Lewis checks into the game, and Baccarella will come to the bench.
Yeah, let's see how the defense does. They really need to get some points today off the defense.
And Baruch setting up in the full court press. Wildcats able to get into the front court, but Bachi Galupo gives it off to Jackson. Jackson has it on the Bearcats symbol. Castillo all over her. Tough defense there. Idea gets a hand in there, dives to the deck, able to save it, but she falls out of bounds. Good hustle defense, and the Wildcats will have 11 to shoot.
Well, that's a good sign, like we've been saying. If the Bearcats can put together a trio of top scorers, because, you come back, we play at Coast Guard, and then after that, you kind of, bingo, it's just all CUNY.
And a jump ball there between Lee and Castillo, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Nice hustle play there against the 6'1" Lee.
By the way, let me take this opportunity to wish one of our broadcasters who's down in Florida, enjoying himself with a well-deserved vacation, Joe Stolzer, who happens to also be his birthday today. So, Joey, if you're listening, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe. As Leung's fouled as she comes through the paint there, and it'll be side out right underneath the basket. And Baruch being aggressive on the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the Bearcats, like I said, the last game, it was they had a rough time shooting. And they really need a good performance today. Again, you don't want that bad taste in your mouth for like the next 2.5 weeks. You got to really come out.
And to that point, John, it's been 8 days between the Hunter game and today. So they've been obviously practicing, but not able to really, get in the gym and run a game.
Yeah, scheduling is not easy. I work with the coaches on that, and in this case with Petrosos. Turnover, Bearcats possession. Yeah, it's not very easy to get games. Usually, at this time of the year, you'll try to get a game where Tijuana comes into town and give, like I said, their kids a hometown game. But it's not easy sometimes during the week, right before finals, to get a game.
Idea pulls from three and knocks it down. The southpaw from the near side wing. And she's got all of Baruch's 6 early points.
Beautiful form on that shoot. Very.
And if you're Coach Skelton of SUNY Poly, you're going to quickly try to figure out how to take that away from the Bearcats. A nice steal there by Castillo. And she's able to lay it right in, and Baruch able to get an easy bucket there with some hustle defense by Castillo.
Yeah, she went over 1,900 points last game. We obviously know that back on November the 26th, she set the Baruch scoring record. And we're going to carry it the same way. Obviously, no doubt, one of the top players to ever wear the Baruch uniform. Obviously, her first college game, I don't know if you remember, she had a triple-double. Right off the bat, you kind of knew that the next 4 years were going to be special.
And the interesting part is, I can't believe it's already been 4 years.
Time flies. Time absolutely flies. I think it was the year we came back from COVID.
And Alyssa Jackson able to lay that one in and get the contact, so she'll go to the line for a chance at an old-school three-point play. Precious Mitchell checking into the game. McCrae will come to the bench.
Yeah, Bearcats need to take it one possession at a time. They have to shoot the ball, get it in, play good defense, and hope the ball bounces their way like it did that one, when the other team didn't get the roll.
Alyssa Jackson Wildcats leading score at a little over 11 per game, not able to hit the free throw. Idea straight on three, and she knocks it down. And she is feeling it here in the first quarter with 9 of the Bearcats' first 11 points. Coach Skelton wants to talk things over. I assume the whole conversation is going to be, how do we stop Idea from downtown?
Well, here's what it is. Everybody knows about Mia. Everybody knows about Leung. Everybody knows that there's players like Madison who can score. You've got, of course, they know about the teams that we have here, Angela, but she's got the potential to do that, and I think because people haven't seen her that much, they don't know what to expect. So it's a bit of a surprise. I mean, here we are, 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 41 seconds into this game, and she's already hit 3 3-pointers.
Yeah.
So this bodes well. She's already halfway to her career high.
And it helps that as a freshman, you don't have too much game tape on her. So
yeah,
having a strong start though here in like you said, the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, but she was an all-league player, as I understand, in Long Island. And there's a good basketball in Long Island. There's a steal.
Nice play there by Leung. Hits the deck. Oh, almost a dangerous pass. Somehow gets into the waiting hands of Idea. Now it's Thornton Lewis on the far side. She's capable of hitting those shots. Just a bit short, though, on that one. And it'll be SUNY Poly to come away with the rebound.
Yeah, Bearcats look to be early on, looking for the threes. So far, it's worked for them.
And, we have a team like SUNY Poly only averaging a little over 40 points per game. You almost want to start putting up points and then see if, as Castillo gets called for the travel there, Idea again left wide open for a trailing three. But you almost want to see if the Wildcats can keep up scoring-wise. So if you're the Bearcats, just start piling up those points and see if the Wildcats can keep up.
Yeah, when you have a team that's only scored something like 40 points, that's where the defense has got to come in today, because that means they struggle to score, and that just means that's an opportunity for the defense to do some scoring today.
Entry pass inside, no good. Lee on the rebound and able to finish it up on the glass as Coach Gatrozos wants to talk things over. And to your point, John, SUNY Poly only shooting around 25% on the season, and we saw an opportunity there for, I think it was Wagner underneath, unable to finish. Lee cleaning up the mistake, however, not able to hit some of those easy shots, to Baruch's credit.
Yeah, I mean, Division III basketball, obviously there's a big difference between Division II and I. And, we had Gonzaga was in our gym yesterday practicing. They're getting ready to play UConn tonight at the Garden. And I was watching those guys from my window. And the effectiveness, I mean, obviously we're talking guys, but we've had women's teams in here too. And Division I level, they are such a high percentage successful making shots that you're just blown away by it. But at Division III, unfortunately, they don't shoot as well as Division I, which means that the layups become more important. Those easy baskets, you have to make them at Division III.
Specifically.
You have to. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble.
And we've seen some struggles there for the Wildcats here in the early going. As Thornton Lewis has it, now it's Baccarella who just checked back into the game near side. Leung. Castillo getting a early rest here as a high arcing shot, no good. Baccarella able to get the rebound over Lee, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Wildcats.
Let me do my daily praise of Baccarella. She is like Moneyball, where it seems like every turnover, every steal, every rebound, every possession, the way it starts, she's involved in all of it. If there was a number you could put on that, she would lead the team in that number. The
intangible number. Nice steal there by Leung. Ooh, saves it from going out of bounds. But right into the waiting hands of Jackson for the Wildcats. Castillo back into the game. And like you said, Baccarella, right in the middle of everything as Jackson hit the deck. It'll stay right there, though, with the Wildcats. There's no stat in the box score called intangibles. Or she would
she is. I mean, I have been blown away these 4 years. It's hard to, again, we talked about Mia. Well, same thing with Angela. I mean, 4 years, it's hard to imagine that it's been that fast. But she's been such a great player of all the different intangibles. It reminds me of a girl that played for us before she got here, Daniela. She was like that, too. Almost every night she was like 8-8-8, 7-7-7.
So McCray checking back into the game as Mitchell comes to the bench, and it'll be Wildcats ball right underneath their own basket. McCray denying the entrance to Lee, so it's now Jackson up top. We've seen the ball a lot in Jackson's hand here, and there we go. Nice pick and roll there with Wagner. She can't finish, loses the ball out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, Mia got her hand on that pass, so that makes all the difference. They've run that play a few times already, so Bearcats are going to have to look out for that.
And Bearcats have been defending it well, even with the size disadvantages. Idea's going to pull a three. Ooh, that one was a bit short. Maybe a step too deep for Idea as she was in Curry range for that three.
Yeah, if I were Catrosos, let her fly. Let her shoot because, that's the only way you're going to get into that college groove. She's only fairly new. I mean, this is the beginning of her first season in college. You got to let her get comfortable.
So Castillo all over Jackson here, running with her down the court. Jackson turns now into the lane, up and under layup, and able to finish with the right hand.
Well, I got to give credit. That's a heads of a play. All that defense down the court, and she still found a way to score. Nice play.
Coach Skelton wanted a foul call there, nothing doing. As now Castillo's going to pull a straight on three, no good. I thought that was some good defense there by Castillo, staying with Jackson all the way down the court.
Yeah, she just found a little hole and got the layup.
Pick there from Lee. It's Shipley into that was Mecca into the lane, and now Jackson on the travel, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, we've had that already called about 4 times, I think, already. Traveling players just not putting down that foot for a minute. They're still moving.
They slide that pivot just a smidge too early. As now it's inside out. McCray over to Leung here on the near side. Step back, thinks about the shot. Had Jackson off her feet. Now it's Castillo, crossover move. Trying to go to work over to Leung. Leung's going to pull over the outstretched arms. Jackson just short off front rim. Nice rebound there by McCray. Idea thinking about the shot. She'll slow things up. Takes the pick from Castillo. Has the look. Instead gives it back to Castillo. Castillo now into the lane.
Oh, nice
Gives it
play.
off to McCray. It's going to say nope. It's going to be a foul on the floor. It's going to be on number 22, Kelsey Mecca. And that's her first.
Yeah, Bearcats are going to look to run a play here. They haven't scored in a few minutes.
So now Baccarella now inside to McCray. Catches the ball a little low. She's fouled underneath. Too many hands inside, not on the basketball, and it's going to be on number 11, Alana Jackson. Castillo pops out, gives it back to Idea. Corner three, and she knocks it down. Her fourth of, they're going to say it was a 2. Check that.
Well, like I said, it's just such a good sign to see her contribute the way she is. Okay.
And it's thrown away there, and it's going to...
Yeah, Coach Catrosos is saying that a lot of us thought it was a 3 by Lola.
Hard to see on the far side there.
Yeah, she took it from the corner. But
I think also the refs had different calls initially until they got on the same page.
Well,
either way, between that and the scoreboard mishap, I think we got everything sorted. Nice find to McCray. Can't finish, though. Ain't close. We talked about that a moment ago, John. Those are the ones you got to get.
It is such a big division. When you watch like the schools like an NYU, which has won like 39 in a row, you watch their games, they make their layups. Layups account for anywhere from 8 to 10 points in a game if you can make them.
Lee on the rebound, can't finish. Ball still loose. Let me see who that's underneath. That's number 22, Mecca. She's fouled on the way up, and it's going to be Castillo's first foul. And that'll send Mecca to the line to shoot 2. And that's the thing, too, John. We've already seen in the early going, this Wildcat team struggling to put the ball in the hole. If Baruch could just hit those easy shots, they would have, add 5 more points to their lead, kind of stretching it out here in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, like I said, if it wasn't for Lola, I think there should be a much, it's only 5 points and it's early, but she's got 11 of the 13, correct? Yeah.
And Mecca knocks down the second. So it's 13-9 coming in on 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Morales checked into the game for the Bearcats. Is now Leung up to Idea. She's going to pull a straight on 3. Why not? She's had the hot hand. Ooh, just off front iron.
Yeah.
Baccarella, though, to your point, runs it down. Back out to Idea. Leung, crossover move on Jackson. Right to lane. Ooh, nice block there by Jackson. Floater attempt there by Leung. No good. Morales runs it down for the Bearcats. Now it's Castillo over to Leung in the corner. She'll pull the three. Shot way short. Baccarella looks like she had some contact. No call. Then it was just an errant shot, and it's the other way with Jackson, and she gets fouled on the way up. Excuse me, I thought they called it out of bounds. But nope, they called it a foul there on Morales, and that's going to send Jackson to the line to shoot two. Jackson's shooting 66% from the free throw line on the season.
Yeah, well,
down the first.
SUNY IT has been to the free throw line quite a bit early, and that's what's kept them in this game.
That's like Lana Jackson. She's actually 4-4. Make that 6 of 6 now on the season. I was looking at Alyssa Jackson.
Yeah, it's only a 2-point game despite everything that we've done so far.
So ball swung around the perimeter. Inside, nice find of Morales, but she's able to lay it in.
Yep,
beautiful pass.
There's an example. Nice play by the freshman. Good pass.
And just like that, a turnover for the Wildcats, and it's going to be Baruch's ball underneath. Nice steal there, though, as Brianna Lopez, who just checked in the game, got caught looking for a second. Wagner right through her hands, and it's out of bounds right back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, one of the taller players now is in the game, so Bearcats got to be careful. Bearcats don't have necessarily a very tall lineup out there right now.
Sana Lee checks into the game. So Lopez over to Morales. Castillo going to pull a three. Off back iron, no good. Baccarella runs it down, saves it into the hands of Morales. Now to Lopez, and now to Baccarella over to Castillo. Pull up mid-range, and that hits nothing but twine.
Let me just say, she got the rebound on that. She got the assist on that, all within 15 seconds. And Mia gets the three. There you go. Baccarella influence again.
Oh, nice block there by Morales. That is... They're going to call a foul there. I think that's...
Well, we're going to sound like homers, but that looked pretty good.
I mean, I heard the ball get blocked. The only thing I can think about is the follow-through, but at least the initial looked clean. But that's already Morales' second in just a few moments, so she'll come to the bench as Mitchell checks back into the game. And Mecca good on the first.
Yeah, like I said, SUNY has gotten a lot of their points on the free throw line. There you go, two more.
It's Mitchell now here on the near side. Lopez, right through her hand. She almost loses it. Castillo able to run it down. Crossover move, step back jumper from Castillo. Shot no good. Lee on the rebound. Aaron passed and Thornton Lewis able to get the steal. And Castillo inside, can't finish. Mitchell on the rebound. They're going to call it a jump ball. And it's going to stay with the Bearcats. A little over a minute remaining here in the first quarter. We've seen, John, the end of this first quarter getting a little bit stagnant on both ends. A lot of whistles.
A lot of whistles, and we saw some missed layups there. Again, how many times can I say it at the Division III level? 8 to 10 points a game if you make your layups.
Castillo pulling the three. Shot off a little too strong off left iron. It's going to be a jump ball again between Mitchell and Lee, and it's going to go this time to the Wildcats.
Yeah, Mike was looking for a foul on that, complaining that it was a clear out. Here comes SUNY Poly now.
Crossover move on the Bearcats symbol. Pulled back is Bacigalupo.
Oh.
Shot there, around and out. No good there by number 22, Mecca. And it's coming the other way. Nope. Lopez loses the handle, and it goes back to the Wildcats. Idea quickly to check back into the game as Lopez comes to the bench. Entry pass trying to find Lee, who was posted up Mitchell. Couldn't get the entry pass, and it's going to be side out right in front of us for the Bearcats. Idea going to pull the three. Ooh, that one was halfway down.
A lot of fun anticipation when we see her shoot.
I just don't get how the Wildcats are still giving her clean looks.
Yeah. Well, I think they came in with the plan for Castillo and Leung. I really don't know. There it is, stolen by Idea.
Ooh, behind the back dribble. Castillo now puts it on the deck. Mid-range jumper around and out. No good. And it'll be Mecca who runs down the rebound. Thornton Lewis all over her.
Last shot.
Three there by Bacigalupo. Hits the backboard around the rim and no good. And after one, Baruch going to go into the first quarter break, leading by 4, 17-13. You're watching Baruch Basketball YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So John. So, John, I think the story here in the first quarter, we spoke about it, ad nauseum almost, is Idea really hitting her shots when she's had the opportunity from downtown.
Yeah, she's been very successful. Same way she played against Yeshiva. And like I said, it would be a big boost to this team to have another scorer like her because she's capable of putting in 20. There's no doubt about it. And look, when we get into the CUNYAC schedule in that early part of January, like I said, even though we got one more non-conference game after the holidays, that's really what the whole season is about this year, and they've just got to get ready. But, sometimes I sit here on this broadcast and I talk about things and people say, well, it's obvious. But it is obvious. You got to make your layups, and layups can account for anywhere from 8 to 10 more points a game if you make them. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, and so far the Bearcats and the Wildcats for that have been struggling when they've been getting to the glass, but it's really been the long ball for Baruch, and it's been the free throw line for SUNY Poly.
Yeah, that's what's kept them in the game, and Bearcats are going to have to do a little bit better job defensively and not try to foul and you're sort of feeding into SUNY Poly. I mean, their coach is probably not happy with their shooting, but she's got to be happy with the free throws, and that's keeping them in the game. But that's not going to last. They're going to have to put some field goals in. It's not going to last all game.
5 from 7 is SUNY Poly here in the early going from the free throw line. As it'll be Baruch's ball to start things off. Looks like SUNY Poly setting up in a bit of a zone here. And Castillo can't hit a bit off left side, and it's going to go back to the Wildcats. And Baruch really, we've seen in the last probably 2 or 3 minutes of the first quarter and starting out here in the second, really kind of living and dying off that mid-range jumper.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem is when you live and die by it, you better make sure you make it more than half the times. But when you struggle, it's just going to make for a long day.
And even then, it's very, I don't know if Lee was taking a hook shot there or trying to find someone a bit further inside.
Awkward shot, but she also had a body on her, so good defense. But
to the mid-range point, it's very against the modern game, right? You're either trying to get inside, kick out, or lay it in. Three is obviously a big part of the game. As Madison Lewis shot a bit too strong, no good. Nice box out there by Jackson for the Wildcats. And she'll walk things up. Castillo all over her.
Yeah, number 5 has gone a little quiet. She looks to be one of the better players so far what we've seen, especially with that driving layup back in the first quarter.
Jackson's got 6 points in 9 minutes. As Wagner has an inside-out, Bacigalupo, far side 3. Shot a bit short off iron. And it's going to be Leung who comes away with it. Over to Thornton Lewis. Bounce pass baseline to Castillo. Back out to Leung. Ooh, that pass was tipped on the way. Thornton Lewis, far side 3. Shot no good, and it's going to be rebounded there by Bacigalupo.
Yeah, we had a good start to the first quarter with a lot of scoring, not necessarily happening so far here in the second stanza.
No points here in the early first 2 minutes. 3 there by number 13, Donnelly, is no good. That's her first shot of the night. As Ideer's pass, trying to get it Castillo. Somehow does get it to Castillo, but again, can't hit the layup.
Got to hit those layups.
Ooh, as Castillo fouls Jackson.
Yeah, she had too much momentum. She couldn't stop herself, and she ran into the player.
Sloppy foul there by Castillo, getting back on defense.
Yeah,
there.
too much momentum, and she just ran into her.
And credit to Jackson. I think she also used some body positioning to draw the call, as Wagner shot straight on, no good. Rebounded by Mitchell, and it'll be Ideer to bring it into the front court. Looking for options. Baccarella on the far side. Back out to Ideer. Bacigalupo all out on her. Jab step there from Leung. She's fouled on the way in, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul there's now number 5, Alyssa Jackson. That's going to be her second here in the early portion of the ball game.
This is a fantastic student athlete. Last year was CUNYAC honorable mention. Student athlete of the year in CUNY. She has not only been successful on the court, but off the court. She's actually taking graduate classes right now.
Very impressive. And, as a former alum who didn't play any sports here at Baruch, I can only imagine how hard it is to balance that that curriculum with practice, meetings, and, of course, games.
Yeah, and don't forget, we're mostly a commuter school, so you got to add that factor in with the travel.
Ooh, Leah looks like a little over the back on Ideer. Maybe even took a couple steps. No call there. Now it's Wagner on the baseline inside to Lee. Ideer has to face that. Shot gets stuck on the basket.
Hey, nice job.
You don't see that too often. The ref rising up and knocking the ball.
Nice.
Shipley and Jackson check into the game. And it's Shipley with it up top. Gives it off to Jackson in the corner. Open look. A little too strong. No good. And Ideer runs it down.
Yeah, the Bearcats are benefiting because right now they're ice cold.
Nice.
SUNY Poly. Totally ice cold. Oh, nice pass.
Nice find there by Baccarella to Mitchell. Kicks back out to Leung. 18 seconds to shoot. Bounce pass to Baccarella. Inside to McCray, And she gets fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot 2. Only 2 points combined here in the early going between the Cats.
Yeah, well, I think SUNY's kind of playing to their point total. They, like you said, they average about 40. They only have 13.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Petrozos, you're just frustrated about your team offensively not being able to score as much.
Yeah.
As SUNY Poly is only shooting 20% from the field. However, Baruch not doing much better at 25%.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's such a big difference when you just can't make your layups. But there's been a lot of free throws so far.
McCray goes 1 of 2 from the line there. That'll be Shipley into the front court. Over to Jackson here on the near side. Entry into Wagner, down inside to the post to Lee. A little inside-out game. Swung around the perimeter, looking for options. Lee and McCray, jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Nice hustle play there by McCray to tie up the bigger lead.
Yeah, Bearcats, like I said, they haven't scored yet. We've only scored 3 points. We really got to get it going here. This could be the point in the game where it kind of shifts in our direction with the momentum.
Nice inside out to Ideer, and she knocks it down from downtown on the left wing. Nice play there by Leung for her to kind of do an inside out move, jab step, and then kick it back outside to Ideer.
Not bad.
Bacigalupo straight on three. She was open, had the look, couldn't hit, and Idea comes away with the rebound. We've seen Idea also now running point a little bit, having the ball in her hands.
Yeah, she did that as
bring it
well
up to
against
the court.
Yeshiva.
Leung into the lane, floater, no good. She's fouled on the way. Bacigalupo a little overzealous, and that'll see Leung to the line.
Yeah, this is could be a very key point in the game because if you just make your shots and free throws here, double figures, with about 5 minutes left, it's kind of where you want to be right now. If you're Catrosos, you got to be happy. But what we've seen so far this year with a lot of the teams that have been visiting the Arc is a lot of teams have come back when we're ahead. A lot of teams have scored a lot of points. And as you know, every team has one big run in them every game. And SUNY hasn't had their run yet.
And Leung knocks down the second, goes 1 of 2 from the line. Foul there is going to be on number 33, Lola Idea. That's going to be her first.
SUNY Poly, of course, making, I think it's about a 4-hour trip from Utica. And they got the roll there. So that's their first point of this second quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess when you come down here, you almost have to play a couple of games as they're in the second of a back-to-back, playing Brooklyn College last night. I also hope that, that they had a chance to explore New York a little bit while they've been down here. It's always, well, maybe not for people who live in New York because of the tourists, but it's always nice to explore New York City around this time of the year.
Yeah, I was talking to the coach. They're going to have dinner after this. We recommended a place nearby, and then they're going to probably after that just start their trip up north. So my guess is they probably did a lot of stuff in the morning and yesterday afternoon.
Castillo comes away with the steal, trying to go coast to coast. Bit of a Euro step and lays it in off the glass. Baruch, halfway through the second quarter, have extended their lead to 12.
And that's been a big difference right there, the first 5 minutes of the second quarter.
Only 1 point here in the second for SUNY Poly, as Wagner able to get the rebound over Leung. Shipley able to turn free throw line jumper right off the glass, wide open from the free throw line. Not what you want if you're Coach Petrozos and the Bearcats.
No, I mean, you don't see a lot of baskets like that, using the backboard like that, but they managed to make it work. If you're a coach, you don't, well, at least on the SUNY Poly side, you don't care how they score, as long as they score.
One second on the shot clock. Got to put it up. They're going to say that was not a shot clock violation. All right, well, either way, Wildcats come away with it.
Close. I thought it might have been.
Wagner off front iron, no good. Idea comes away with the rebound. Gives it over to Castillo here on the near side. Entry pass now to McCray. High off glass, no good.
And who is it again in the play? Beccarella.
She hits the deck. And it'll go back to the Wildcats on the jump ball. Mitchell has come back into the game. McCray will come to the bench. You see very little time of them both on the floor as they're normally in and out for each other. Entry pass inside to Wagner, trying to go to work against
that was offensive.
Castillo, and they're going to call her on it. Being a little overly aggressive was Wagner, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, that was an obvious bump. There was no disputing that. It was definitely an offensive foul all the way.
Maybe with Wagner being 0 for 3 so far here in the early going, trying to create some position, maybe just a little too aggressive against the Bearcats. So it's Jackson out here on Leung. Leung, handoff to Castillo. Baccarella has the look over to Mitchell. Oh, on the baseline, she fumbled the pass just a bit. Leung has it up top into the lane. Step back jumper, high arcing shot, and she knocks it down. Big jumper there by Leung. She's got 5. Now Jackson in the front court. Over to Jackson here up top. That's too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Bearcats, come on, you got to build on this 12-point lead. You got to make your shots here. You got a chance to really put the momentum on your side and put the Wildcats in a very big hole.
As Castillo pulls the 3 shot a bit off there. Baccarella trying to save it. Nope, they're going to say it hit the end line first, and it'll go back to the Wildcats. To your point, John, a key 2 minutes and 30 seconds here for Baruch. What kind of lead can they take into the halftime?
Well, you want to go double digits, but not just 10. You want to go maybe 15, 16 points. And yeah, that wasn't a good play. But
inbound to Jackson. Castillo comes away with the steal. And she's able to lay it right in. And to your point, John, some easy baskets for the Bearcats.
Yeah, 14-point lead. They got SUNY Poly Wildcats in a big hole. Got to find a way to continue to build on this momentum.
Inside is Mecca. Foul there. I think it's going to be on number. It's going to be on Baccarella. That's going to be her first, 4th team foul. So it'll stay right underneath for the Wildcats. A little under 2 minutes left. Baruch lead 30-16 here in the first half. Inbound to Donnelly. Donnelly thought about getting into Jackson. Instead, the ball swung around the perimeter. Ooh, nice passing move there as Wagner hits it and 1. And she's going to go a chance to go to the line to cut the deficit to 11.
They like that backdoor play. They've done it already a few times tonight. That time it worked perfectly. A few other times, Mia Castillo blocked it up. Another time they got fouled. I think if there's one thing that Petroso needs to tell them at halftime is that backdoor. This is like the 4th time they've done it, and this time they were successful.
Yeah, and you can tell he's also getting frustrated a bit with how often the Bearcats are fouling, leading to all these free throw attempts for the Wildcats. And Idea comes away with the rebound. Ball swung around the perimeter. Castillo near side shot, way too strong. Right into the waiting hands of the Wildcats. We've yet to see Mia really get her rhythm tonight, this afternoon, excuse me.
We need to stop here because, again, we had the momentum, and now you're starting to feel like maybe SUNY IT might be able to do something here. We need to stop.
Nice move there by Donnelly. She can't hit. It's going to be Jackson and Castillo in the interior for the jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Castillo into the lane, kicks it out. Mitchell near side. Shot way too strong from the baseline. Jackson comes away with the rebound for the Wildcats. Ooh, nice move there.
Again.
It's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay there with the Wildcats. But how many tie-ups, John, have we seen here in the early portion of this game?
Thank goodness the possession arrow, we got one. Yeah, Mia's already got now 5. I believe that's going to update to 5 steals here in the first half.
Floater there by Jackson, no good. Ball still loose. Too many steps. Jackson frustrated there on that travel call. She said she slid the pivot. Leung into the lane. She's fouled all the way through. She's tripped as the shot goes off the glass. And then Leung to the line to shoot 2 with 38.2 seconds remaining. Oh, trying to check for multiple players and a ref checking for a wet spot there underneath the basket as Leung hit the deck hard on that previous attempt. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. As Leung knocks down the first. And there it is, Elisa Leung, 1,000 points as a Baruch College Bearcat. Congratulations. A very impressive milestone here, John.
Welcome to the club, kid. She joins a long list of players that have done, and she did it tonight. She's done it pretty quickly, by the way. I think she scored something like 6 points in like the last 3 minutes.
As the shot there by Wagner is no good. And we're just seeing a lot of milestones with this senior class between her and Castillo.
Yeah, and there's still more, a few more to come.
Leung into the lane, floater. Ooh, shot a bit errant there. That's 8 seconds, 7 to shoot. The Wildcats got to move quickly. Baruch lead by 14, 5 to shoot. 4. Jackson pulling a deep 3. Shot off front rim, no good. Rebounded there by, that was Donnelly on the 3. Either way, couldn't get it to go. So that'll send Baruch into halftime with a 14-point lead. But congratulations to Leung, 1,000 points. And she's one of the stories of the first half.
Marty Collins with the official announcement here. It's always interesting for us in the business whenever somebody breaks a record or milestone. We're always wondering, like, when is the best time to announce it? Because you don't necessarily want to do it with like 2 minutes left in the game. It kind of ruins the momentum, and you want the players to stay focused. But we're glad that she did it nice and early. But in our business, we're always like, boy, what happens if she does it, in overtime or something? Yeah, she's been, she has been academically and athletically, you talked about it, David. You were a student on campus for 4 years, and you did a lot here. You've been broadcasting. How many games have you broadcasted? You've been so awesome at. And with her, she's done the same thing, academic, CUNYAC, honorable mention last year. This is not even nearly
the commitment that she's made,
Yeah, she's, and she came so close last year to winning that CUNY award. It came down to literally the small details. But, look, this is a great result at halftime. Like I said, you want to go into the break feeling good about your most recent result. Because, again, once you start getting into January, that's really when this is going to really start to seriously count. And it's a great sign to see Lola Adair coming here today with those threes. Alyssa's going to score. Mia is going to have her game. She's also got 5 steals tonight. So I think if you're Mike heading up to the conference room to talk to the team at halftime, you got to be very encouraged by what you see. And again, kids next week, it's all going to be about finals, of course.
Yeah.
But you want to you want to have a good second half, and you want to end the first half of the season with momentum. Very important.
So, yeah, Baruch taking a 32-18 lead into the halftime break. We'll step aside for around 10 minutes. You're watching Baruch Women's Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. The Arc Arena, if you're just joining us, Lola Idea having a monster game here in the first half, 14 points. And Lisa Leung crossing the 1,000 point mark for all-time points in her career as a Baruch College Bearcat.
Yeah, she's the 17th player in Baruch women's basketball history to reach that milestone. I went to check that myself just to double check that number during the break. So Bearcats up by 14. They just got to keep the momentum going. Just do what they've been doing. Play good defense. They just got to watch the fouls because SUNY's gone quite a few times to the free throw line.
So Castillo going to pull up straight on three. Off front left rim, no good. And it's going to be off Lee's last, and it'll stay with the Bearcats. And if you're Baruch, kind of just to your point from the first half, John, kind of just need to hit your easy shots here in the second half and really avoid fouling as the Wildcats have essentially stayed in this game from the free throw line. Yeah,
I think that's got to be the plan at halftime. Coach Petrosos gets the kids in the locker room, tells them what they need. Here we go.
Here knocks it down. She's got 17, 2 points away from her season high, which is coincidentally also her career high, as the freshman knocked down 19 2 games ago against Yeshiva. Jackson on the other end, she's fouled on the way up. It was Morales, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that's got to drive. It's got to not make Mike very happy. You know, don't let them go to the free throw line. Don't let them go to the free throw line. What happens? They're going to the free throw line.
Very first possession on the other end. And Jackson knocks down the first. She leads SUNY Poly at a little over 11 points per game.
Yeah, so like I said, the two stories, Lola Idea having just a monster game, and we still got some more to play. And then, like I said, Leung as well. Yeah, there you go. See, this is what I mean. Got to stop with the fouls because that's just how they've been able to score.
Castillo here on the near side. Crossover move, working on Mecca. Trying to force it inside the Baccarella between, it looks like 2 or 3 bodies. And Jackson comes away with it. 3 there from Bachi DeLuco, her first of the evening. And just like that, it's back down to 12.
Yeah, like I said, I was saying this in the first half that every team in a game has one big run in them. And this could be SUNY's big run, and you just got to find a way to stop the momentum.
Castillo pulls near side 3. Ooh, halfway down, no good. Lee comes away with the rebound, and Jackson will bring it up for the Wildcats. Push shot on the far side there by Mecca, no good. Baccarella comes down with the rebound. That's already her 5th rebound of the evening. It's only 2 in the afternoon. The afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, let's look at the scoring. You've got Lola Idea with 17 points. You got Mia with 8. Alyssa Leung with the 7. That got her to a milestone 1,000. And Idea 6 of 9, 5 of 8 from 3.
I think that's your Baruch. You just want to work on that percentage, right? Only shooting roughly 30% from the field. Fortunately, you're holding the Wildcats to 21%.
Yeah, when they get into conference play with the Hunters, the Brooklyns, especially the John Jays, I'm afraid shooting 30% is not going to be enough. You got to do a little bit better than that. But like I said, you still have time to work on that.
And if you'd like to see the Bearcats in action again, well, this was your last chance in 2024, as they won't be home again until January 11th in a doubleheader against CCNY.
Alumni Day, by the way, that day. So if you're listening and you're an alum, great chance to bring your family and be back on campus again.
We normally have like a nice little mid-game festivities in the secondary gym, and historically you've had a alumni game between the 2 games.
Yeah, this year looks like more heavy on the reception. They really do a great job. They decorate the auxiliary gym, and it's a nice time. It's really nice. I like to go to my alma mater too, Manhattan. They do events, and it's always good to go back on home where, let's be honest with you, college for a lot of people is some of the best years of your life. And you get to come back and show your family where you were.
I'm fortunate I get to come back here 20 times a year.
Yes, thankfully.
As Jackson crossover move into the lane, high floater, no good, and she gets fouled on the way up, and will go to the line to shoot 2. We just saw her hit 2 shots moments ago.
Yeah, so again, that's what SUNY Poly has been able to take advantage of, going to the free throw line, and here they are again. What's the total on that, by the way, overall in the game between the two teams? So they have shot, what is that, 8 for, was it 9 for 13 now for them? Yeah.
10 of the 27 at the free throw line for the Wildcats. And that's a team that only averages 9 free throws per game, so they're already way above that clip at 14.
Well, look, if you're the coach, you may not be happy with the score, but you do have to be happy with what they've done on the free throw line to draw the fouls. That part of their game plan has worked so far.
Jackson has it on the near side. Castillo out on her. She'll walk it over to the Bearcat symbol. Lupo shot a bit short, no good. It's going to go out of bounds. Back to the Bearcats. It's a 12-point lead, for Baruch here with 6:40 remaining here in the third quarter.
Bearcats going to call the play here now.
Looks like the Wildcats set up in a 2-3 zone. Ooh, nice little tap pass out to Morales, near side, baseline jumper. No good. It's going to be Thornton Lewis who comes away with the rebound. Morales over to Leung up top. Fresh 20 for the Bearcats. Castillo loses it. She's triple teamed. And then she got fouled on the way to the baseline. And that's going to be on number 11, Alana Jackson, the freshman out of Rome, New York. Going to stay right here with the Bearcats, right in front of their own bench. Idea to inbound. 3 there by Idea. Ooh, just a bit too strong. You're almost waiting for that to drop now, John, when she pulls up from 3.
You sort of get like, oh, here it goes. She's going to shoot the 3. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
And Lee takes too many steps on the baseline, and they'll go back to the Bearcats. To your point, John, the anticipation builds.
Yeah. She's got a tremendous stroke. I mean, the way she shoots that ball, we noticed that in the game against Yeshiva. It's a good sign. It's a really good sign, and there are other players on this team that could also contribute. And I always tell these student athletes here that what's important is how you finish and not how you start. And like I said, things really get serious with the CUNYAC schedule. The CUNYAC schedule is actually going to change next year because before you go into the final exam holiday break, everyone by that point will have played already 2 conference games. Whereas this year, this is the last year we only play 1 before the break.
As Jackson takes too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah,
John, does that mean they'll just shift the schedule earlier, or there'll be some non-conference out behind finals?
Well, actually, what it is the basketball championships is actually a week later this year than what it usually is. So as a result, instead of playing like that 3rd week of February, the championship week, it's now that last week in February. So the schedule's changed, and next year, by playing an extra conference game before finals, it frees up the schedule a little bit.
So the conference championship should move a week earlier, you're saying?
No, next year it's going to, well, this year it's a week later than it usually
It'll
is.
revert back.
No, it'll stay the way it is, but by playing 1 extra CUNY game before final exams, where now you're playing 2 instead of 1, it frees up the schedule a little bit more in the second half of the season.
I'll be honest, though, as someone who enjoys the game, I do like the fact of 2 to 3 games per week. I do feel like it has it's basketball, right? You kind of expect that, but I also get it, too. They have a lot of commitments on their plate as well.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of that. with the block schedule. Block schedules, in case you wonder what that is, it means that the schedule is set by the conference office. There's a computer program you use, and it dictates who plays what. And therefore, you know when it comes to CUNY games who you play. There's a 3.
Jackson can't hit there, but the Wildcats able to pull down an offensive rebound.
Yeah,
so in the second half next year, it'll just allow for more spacing between games.
Right, they will. Yeah, we used to start the basketball season the weekend before Thanksgiving. Now you pretty much started like that first week of November, like that weekend, which quite frankly, if you're an administrator, I think sometimes they vote with regards to the sports, but that kind of conflicts with the postseason. Nice play.
Nice find there from Castillo to McCray underneath back door. We've seen that throughout the season. Castillo able to find McCray either cutting or in that instance, really just positioned for the open layup.
Well, Bearcats now, they kind of smell the momentum. Just got to keep putting it on your side.
So do you feel, John, that you'll start seeing teams, maybe not Baruch, but even other teams kind of fit more non-conference in between those conference games later in the season?
Yeah, I mean, because the point is the basketball season is 2 weeks earlier than what it was 6-7 years ago.
Yeah. And
now they're finishing the season a week later. So the basketball season, when you talk about, you're allowed to play up to 20. Oh, nice play again.
We just saw that on instant replay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they have to do. These are the type of baskets they're going to have to score when they get to the heart of the CUNYX schedule. So in that sense, the basketball schedule, as I've seen it, you almost have added 2 to 3 more weeks to the season. Now, what's great about that is that instead of playing, 6-7 years ago, 25 games in a shorter period of time, now you got 2 more weeks to play your 25 games.
Nice layup there by Castillo going end to end. Baruch really playing some smothering defense as Coach Skelton wants to talk things over. Baruch has stretched the lead that was at 12 points coming into the quarter up to 18, a little bit more than 3 minutes remaining here in the third.
Yeah, so just to finish, there is more weeks in the season than there was 6 or 7 years ago. So it's a good thing because now you have more time to play 25 games. You have more time to rest. Plus, they're also practicing now in September instead of the traditional middle of October. They are allowed to start doing some brief training in the month of September. So basketball has really, really changed in the last 6 to 8 years. It's kind of tough on us administrators because what's happening now is basketball sort of falls right around the time of the end of the fall championships, which we've never had to worry about. But I personally love the idea. I used to love it in the old days where the season would start the weekend before Thanksgiving. There was a special feel to it, and you kind of had a week off of sports before basketball started. You had more time to promote it. But now it's kind of changed, like I said. And in a way, it's good for the coaches, but for the administrations, it's a little bit tougher.
And I assume this is more around rest and recovery for the players.
It's rest and recovery. It's like, well, why not start early? What's the big deal if we start a week or 2 early?
Well, in terms of also moving a game earlier.
So that's what they do.
Because I feel like consistently when you get to that, when everyone comes back middle of January, like I said, we're not back here until January 11th. They only have 2 road games between then and now.
Yeah.
And then you almost from January 11th to February 12th.
Well, we have
14 games into a month essentially?
Well, we have a game on December the 30th at Coast Guard, who's 9-1 by the way, so that's going to be a tough game.
Right.
And then we have the conference schedule starts on January the 5th this year. Usually it started like January the 2nd. This year it got pushed to January the 5th. January the 8th, we're at Brooklyn.
Right, so in 40 days, you basically play your entire conference schedule home and away, where now you'll play the same amount of time, 1 less game.
Yeah. But we start off the year pretty tough. I mean, Coast Guard, like I said, I saw their record the other day. They're 9-1. Brooklyn is, if I recall, the defending champion, and we saw what they did to SUNY Poly last night. So it's a tough schedule to begin with, but that's just the way it is.
As Castillo knocks it down, I would say the only benefit is for the CUNY is how far is your longest commute, right? An hour?
Right.
So that's the benefit also, but you're also playing against a bunch of city kids who normally get some really good talent out of the city. It's a nice steal there by Castillo, and Becquerel able to find her cutting to the basket. Baruch have now broken it out to 23 points, and we've seen a really strong third quarter from the Bearcats. as they've outscored their opponents 18-9 as Castillo lays it in, make that 20-9.
Yeah, they got all the momentums on their side.
Just like that, Castillo already has 19.
As we were talking about in the beginning, we're going into this break after today, and this is the type of game that you want. You want everybody to feel good and go into finals and go into the holidays feeling like we ended the season in a very good way. And that's important because, the way you end stays with you for 2.5 weeks.
They'll have 16 days off until they go to the Coast Guard Academy up in New London, Connecticut. There's a three there by Bacigalupo. No good. Save there by, I think it was McCray underneath. Leong up to Castillo. Castillo going right into the lane. She's fouled on the way up. Nope, they're going to call a jump ball. Wow. And it's going to go back to the Wildcats. I thought she was fouled on the way up. They're going to say she had the hand on top of the ball. So good defense there from SUNY Poly.
Yeah, Mia's one of the top scorers in the country. She's already got 21 points. Certainly having a better third quarter. And she's doing what she's done. She's actually now at 1,923 career points.
Already Baruch's all-time leading scorer will easily get to 2,000, if not 2,200 by the end of the season.
And when she does, she then becomes Baruch's all-time men and women's leader.
Who holds that currently, if you don't mind me asking?
Chima played for the men.
Nice find there inside
there you
from
go.
to Lee. I'm surprised they haven't tried to get Lee in those positions throughout the entire game. It's 23 points now with a minute remaining here in the third. Is it a bit too late to start trading layups for layups? You almost got to start hitting threes if you're SUNY.
Well, one thing you got to be happy with if you're the SUNY Poly coach is their players are working hard. These girls are not giving up. They're not looking at the scoreboard. Every single possession it's like if it's the last possession of the game, trying to get that shot in.
Wagner trying to find a cutter underneath. Ooh, Jackson and Lee got tied up, and somehow a Baruch hand got in there, so it's going to go off of the Bearcats last.
Yeah, they've got two New York City area kids. They've got number 21. She's from Harlan, went to Gordon High School. And then they've got Janae Wilcox, who went to Yonkers. She also went to Gordon High School. Yeah, SUNY Poly is a very good, as I understand, a technological school. In a very nice part of the state.
Three there, near side by Castillo. Is no good, around and out. And SUNY Poly can hold for the final shot as they trail by 21. 22 seconds remaining here in the third.
No fouls.
And as you say it, John, as you say it, that is a foul. And that's going to send number 13, Kate Donnelly, to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably been the one thing we're going to take away from today that they could have done better, is they really should have done a better job with the foul situation. But listen, this third quarter is what you're going to show this team, the game tape, the next time you meet with them after finals, and say, look, this is what we have to be playing. Look at the defense. Look at the shooting.
That's Donnelly off on the first. Donnelly on the season was 4 for 4 from the line. Now Lopez is back into the game. Baruch can now hold for the final shot. 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Baruch leads 52-32 and balls in the hands of Castillo. 9 seconds. Castillo almost leaves it behind. Donnelly out on her. Castillo right into the lane, going up against 4 players. McCray on the offensive rebound. Her shot wild, no good. And it'll send Baruch to the fourth quarter, leading by 20, 52-32. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. But John, really strong third quarter for the Bearcats. Came in leading by 12, able to stretch that plus 8, take a 20-point lead into the fourth.
Yeah, they played very well defensively. They got the points. They still need to do a better job with the fouls. But, yeah, if you're Mike, you have to be, like I said, very, very happy. And it's been a good day. I mean, Mia, she's going to have her usual big scoring game. Lola, of course, Idea, 17 points, 2 points off her high. We saw Lisa today, get to 1,000 points. So it's been doing very well, and everyone's done well. Beccarella has been involved in some plays. So they've done very well. And like I said, this is so far so good. You still got 10 more minutes. You got to still play hard. And you want to even finish better than you just finished this third quarter.
And Castillo on pace for an unconventional points, steals, double-double. So
yeah, she did that, I think, twice last year. Yeah, I think her career high, if I believe her career high is 12.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think she also had a triple-double this year where steals was one of the categories. So
I don't think, did she have a triple-double this year? I don't think so. We have to check. I don't believe so. She's actually the NCAA Division III leader in triple-doubles. What's happening basically this year is I think teams, look, they knew about her last year, but more teams know about her this year. Yeah, let's go check that. Let's check that. Another well-played point to draw the foul.
So she's second in the country, only behind Alexa Charles at Hunter, of all things, in points. So we'll definitely see a hell of a matchup. Obviously, they played a couple last week, but we'll see one hell of a matchup in the near future.
Be here for the Battle of Lex on February 6th, I believe, if I recall. Yeah, Alexa and Mia have been two of the finest scorers in the country since they both started playing. And there's no doubt that there's probably going to be at least one more, maybe even two more head-to-head matchups the rest of the way.
Well, Alexa had 40 and 12 against the Bearcats 8 days ago. So
teams, we saw that with Kings Point. We saw that with Farmingdale. The Baruch, a lot of people won't appreciate me saying that, but the records speak for itself. You see a lot of kids come into this gym and are really motivated to put up a good game.
So Mecca has it in the front court. Near side three, bit too strong here from Shipley, and it's going to be Castillo who comes away with it. Nice find there from Castillo to Leung. Floater, I think, might have been blocked on the way up. Lee and McRae on the jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Wildcats.
There's another turnover. Going to be another jump ball. And this time it'll go to SUNY Poly. Yeah, we're just looking at the stats here. She had 33 and 10 steals against Kingsborough.
She's got eight rebounds and 7 assists.
Yeah, she's got another 1 or 2 triple doubles left in her this season. And like I said, I think she's currently the NCAA leader in that category. But what's happening also with Mia is that I think teams really double down on her, and that's where Mia and Alyssa Leung are very important, because if they score big games, that frees Mia up to a little bit more to do her thing, and it's a win-win for everybody. If Lola Adir can put in 10, 15 points a game, that would be a big help.
We talk about it, Leung and Castillo have historically been like kind of the 1-2 punch for the Bearcats. As Leung, high floating shot there, no good. McRae, offensive board, finds cutting Castillo. Oh, wild shot there. I think she forced that one just a bit in trying to catch that one in stride and put it right up. But we talked about it, historically, John, with Leung and Castillo kind of getting that 1-2 punch. He would be that third scorer. Idea's really shown for the Bearcats the last 2 of the last 3 games.
Yeah. it's very hard if you got to zero in on 3 players. I mean, the best teams that win championships, they usually have 3 players or 4 that you can go to win the game. That you need the depth. It's not like one player is going to take it all by itself. And like I said, we've only played one CUNY game. The real season gets going in early January, and that's when it really gets real.
Castillo pull up from mid-range. No good, but McRae again able to flip it down. It's McRae.
A lot of jump balls.
And number 10, Shipley underneath. And it's going to stay there with the Wildcats. Ooh, dangerous inbound there. Idea all over Whitehall. And that's going to be a foul on Idea. And we're starting to see Coach Skelton empty out the bench here for the Wildcats here early in the 4th quarter.
Hey, it was a trip to New York City, and you want to allow everybody to play, give everybody a taste of it, and I think that's a very smart decision. Still got a lot of basketball left to play. Of course, this is a doubleheader. We got men's basketball taking on Rosemont from Philadelphia coming up here in game 2, and then things will go a little bit quiet. We got finals starting next week. We got the holidays, and then around the 26th, I believe, is when teams will start getting ready for the rest of the schedule.
Mitchell gets fouled as she goes up. Nice find there by McRae to give it up to Mitchell in the paint. And that'll send Mitchell a line to shoot 2. It's going to be number 22, Kelsey Mecca. That's going to be her 4th.
Precious interested in medicine from the Buffalo area. Had a chance to speak to her about a month ago. We had an event here on campus, and she volunteered to be a mascot for it. And she was having some fun with that.
In the suit and everything. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it always sounded like fun, but then not at my size, so I can't do all the cartwheels and the handstands.
Well, that part you don't have to worry about.
Oh, nice.
But it's just gotta act friendly, silly, and be ready to take a lot of photos.
Yeah.
A lot of photos. Yeah, our Bearcat mascot gets used quite a bit. Yeah, again, they're getting their points from the free throw line, and they're approaching their season average of 40 points.
Mecca can't hit the second. It's 55-33. Baruch really need to just play this game correctly, finish it out, get a strong W here as Lopez going hard.
Nice.
No one stopped her, and she laid it in.
She's another player. She steps up. That would be a big help for the Bearcats. She's a fantastic player.
Only in her junior year, so expect her to have a bigger role next year as we lose some of these seniors. So Mecca takes the pick from Wagner. Too many steps there from Jackson, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Cuts all the way through, about 3 picks. Gets the pass back from Mitchell. Now it's Castillo, near side wing. Foul there's going to be underneath on Mitchell as Mecca hits the deck. And it's going to go back to the Wildcats.
Just a reminder to everybody, of course, if you want to know more about Baruch Athletics, of course, BaruchAthletics.com. Of course, you also have us available on social media, Instagram at the same address. Of course, same thing with Facebook and Twitter/X. then, of course, you also have individual team accounts on Instagram, and all those links are available on the athletic website.
Oh, I don't know if Castillo just went right up, but they try to give it off to Leung. And Leung gets that shot blocked. However, Castillo comes away with the steal and lays it in with the right hand. Castillo maybe trying to be a bit too pass-friendly there as she had the open layup.
Yeah, look at that.
As Castillo knocks it in. Timeout for Coach Skelton and SUNY Poly. 6:08 remaining. They want to talk things over. Baruch has stretched it out to 28. And John really just has to manage out the game here. I'd be hard-pressed to think that SUNY Poly is going to come back in this one.
Yeah, I think 28 points, considering the way they've been shooting, is probably going to be a little bit tough of a challenge. But I think if you're the Bearcats, let's finish with some good passing. Let's hit some shots, and I really want to make sure that everybody walks away today feeling like, you know, we ended the first half of the season the way we wanted. And now like I said, we just got to get ready for the second half, which is when things really start to get serious.
And that's a double-double for Castillo. 25 points, 12 steals, leading all scorers, with SUNY Poly only having one player right now with double figures.
Yeah, this is normal for Mia. You know, that's she's got now 1,927 points. And she's specifically in the second half been particularly strong.
Again, Baruch just smothering defensively here. Bachi Galupo gets it in the front court. Jackson on the far side. Wagner comes with the pick. She doesn't take it. Leung out on her. Jackson, scoop layup, no good. Rebounded there by Mitchell underneath, and it'll be Baruch to push the other way with Lopez. Near side to Leung, one more to Castillo. Back to Leung. She'll pull a three from the near side wing. Off back iron, no good. Mitchell and McCray both in for the rebound. Bachi Galupo comes away with it. Ooh, almost gets it stolen there, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Ideally, back around and chuck it back into the game.
Yeah, good job there by Brianna. Good minutes. That's what they need from her this year. She does that, the Bearcats are going to have success.
That was already the 14th jump ball in the game, John, we were talking about earlier.
A lot.
Crazy amount of possession.
Well, the refs are going to call a lot of jump balls because they don't want people fighting too hard for the ball and creating any tension. And see, there you go, Becquerel again.
Inside out to Leung. You can't hit the three there. Becquerel fighting underneath. And it's going to go off her last. It looked like her and Lee were fighting for it. And it'll be Wildcats basketball as Rosemont just has entered the gym as they get ready to play the Bearcats in the second game of our doubleheader. We have 5:08 remaining in this. Give it 25, 30 minutes between the two games, and then we'll see Rosemont versus Baruch in what is going to be their last home game of 2024. Well, again, Lee gets fouled on the way up. We'll go to the line to shoot two. We'll talk about the men's team as we get closer to the men's game, John. But the Arc Arena have not been the fortress that have historically been so far in the early going of 2024 for the men's basketball program.
Great team, a lot of good young players. They just need minutes. They need to continue playing because when things get for real, you know, when you start playing that CUNY schedule, that's when you want everything to be falling into the right place. I mean, when you really think about the men's basketball team, they lost something like 90% of their offense. At any level of basketball, when you lose 90%, I mean, that is a lot. I mean, that's really hard to come by. That's really hard. But I would say this, though. They've been in a lot of games.
They've been in them. They lost a close 5-point game the other night.
Yeah.
And we'll see what they can do against this Rosemont College team.
Rosemont, if I recall, made the NCAA a few years ago.
Three there, no good. Long rebound, though. Pulled down by Baccarola.
I'm going to call her analytics because she's all over the place.
Rosemont has had their own struggle. Started the season this year on a 5-game losing streak before winning a 1-point game against St. Elizabeth and then losing the next 3 of 4 as they come here. They lost at home at Alumni Hall. They won at home at Alumni Hall against Penn State Brandywine on Wednesday night. Castillo blocked from behind, trying to find Baccarella underneath. Either way, it was a shot clock violation, one off Baccarella, one or the other, but it's going to go back to the Wildcats. Entry pass up to Mecca into the front court. Shot blocked there. Nope, they're actually going to say it was off Jackson last. And it will go to the Bearcats with 4:08 remaining. Baruch lead by 27, 61-34. So now it'll be Leung here in the front court. Gives it over to Castillo. Mid-range jumper. Off front iron, no good. Luke's offense getting a little bit stagnant with this lead. As Baccarella and Castillo coming fighting a little bit. And then there's going to be a foul there on the Bearcats as Jackson picks himself up off the deck. Correction, that's actually going to be a foul on Jackson. I thought it was on the Bearcats, and that's going to be the 5th on Jackson, so that'll send the leading scorer for SUNY Poly to the bench. She had 10 points, throwing a couple blocks and a steal. Also, unfortunately for her and SUNY Poly, 8 turnovers. Part of a game where you saw SUNY Poly have 35 turnovers as a team, only 11 for the Bearcats. As Castillo knocks down the second, 62-34. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the ballgame. Straight on 3 there from Shipley is good. And Leung now has it, gives it off in the corner. That's going to be a 2 here on the near side by Castillo. No good. Bachi Galupo comes away with it for the Wildcats.
So 3 minutes left. Bearcats much needed win, a feel-good win. We saw a lot of good things happen today. A lot of things that Mike and the coaching staff can take home and feel really good about. And like I said, right now, go home, relax, get ready on Monday for finals.
And if you didn't have a chance to come out and you wanted to see the Baruch Women's Bearcat team live, fortunately you won't be able to do so again until January 11th, which is Alumni Day here at the Arc Arena. And then we get right into the rest of conference play all the way up to February 18th, being Bearcat Appreciation Day.
Yeah, and if you're listening and you have a thought, you should really come out and make sure you see me at least one more time before she graduates. You're always going to get at least a good close to 30-point effort for her. We got Elisa as well, 1,000-point scorer. Lola's a lot of fun to watch up beyond the arc. And then, of course, you've got the men's basketball team. A lot of good young talent there with Jack Gordon and Goldberg. There's been a big presence since transferring from Muhlenberg. You got Gerard Nicholson, Nicholson brothers. Great last 2 years. Gerard is back. So there's a lot of good things here. And let me also say, by the way, we're proud to say it's free basketball. You bring the kids here. You don't have to go to Madison Square Garden and walk away with $200 spent for a game.
I don't think $200 is getting you into Madison Square Garden these days, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, it's true.
See these Knicks games, and even against Charlotte and Orlando, and some of these teams at the bottom teams, you're still spending, Washington, etc. You're still spending $150 to sit in the nosebleed. So, nice steal there by Leung. Morales up ahead to Castillo. Castillo going to the lane, curling back. And Coach Pedrosos wants to talk things over. Yeah, they're doing a timeout just to make sure that some players could get into the game. And look, it was a great job today by the seniors, the upperclassmen, Precious and Leung, and of course Castillo. We saw some great start of the game from Lola Idir. Like I said, it's a nice win. Let's close out these last 2 minutes and have some fun. Baseline jumper here on the near side. No good there from Jabby, but it's going to be an offensive rebound for the Bearcats. Juan Lu on the far side looking for options. Jabby on the far side now, gets it in the corner. Has to 7 to shoot. Floater there from Juan Lu, no good. Rebounded there by number 10, Shipley, and it'll be the Wildcats quickly the other way. Three there from number 13, Donnelly, no good. But the Wildcats keep it alive here on the offensive end. Straight on now from Shipley. Shot off left iron, and Morales comes away with the rebound. Ooh, Idea trying to hit Morales. Just over the head, and it'll go out of bounds and go back to the Wildcats.
Yeah, both teams are going to sort of empty their bench here. You know, they just inbounded the ball in front of us, and I saw the patch on their jersey, the Empire League Conference. Not an easy conference, I can tell you. Not easy at all to compete in that conference.
They're going up against SUNY Geneseo, St. John Fisher, Nazareth, SUNY Brockport, Alfred University, Houghton.
I still can't believe, by the way, you just said Brockport and Geneseo, because for many years they were, you know, SUNYAC schools, and, you know, we've actually seen, you know, we saw New Paltz is also leaving the SUNYAC, and they're going to the New Jersey Athletic Conference. They'll be the only school that's not from New Jersey competing in the New Jersey. But that's the way it is. I mean, you look, it happens at high level. I mean, West Virginia's in the Big 12. What's that about? Boston College is like 4 hours
Rutgers
away.
in the Big 10, and they have to go out and play Oregon.
Anyway, don't get me started. But
yeah.
I get it. It's just the way
money
things
grab.
have evolved. You know, it's the way things have evolved. But, nice play.
Nice play there by Morales on the offensive board, but it's, you know, money talks, right? As we learned from Wall Street.
I mean, back in my day in college, it was definitely labor of love, and you know, girls got a chance to play basketball and enjoy it. But now it's become a big business.
I mean, you look at D1 level. There is no Pac-12 anymore.
That's
the Pac-2.
That is unbelievable.
And then you have the Big East, as we knew it, is mostly ACC, Big Ten, and some SEC. If you look at the teams that were originally in the Big East.
Yeah, Big East. It's hard for me to see Pittsburgh or Syracuse in the ACC. Or even Boston College. It's still strange to me.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame used to be in the Big East. Yeah. What's amazing is a lot of the decisions are made based on geography. Oh, you know, this school plays in this city. If we can get some people from this city to watch our games, we can include that in the TV deal. And, you know, I don't know sometimes if that's actually true, but that's how they do it.
I think it's driven by football, actually.
It is very much.
Yeah.
I think football should break off and let the rest of the schools stay the way they are. But for whatever reason, apparently, they don't seem to think it works.
All or nothing. Wildcats getting off their potential final shot of the game. Morales will just need to bring it into the front court, and Baruch will walk away with a big win here. 28-point victory here at the Arc Arena, 67-39. As John, you mentioned before, exactly what they needed before the break here for finals.
It was a feel-good win. Everybody had some great times this afternoon. We saw some good scoring. Like I said, it's the way you want to finish before you go on this long break. And you want to come back in about 2 weeks after the holiday, and you want these guys, because look, they got to get ready for Coast Guard. Coast Guard is 9-1, and they're going to be going up there to Connecticut to the Coast Guard campus, which is beautiful. And then, like I said, they got to get ready. And by the way, right off the bat in CUNY, we got to play Brooklyn. So it's, you know, we're playing the defending champions right off the bat. Now, last year we did beat them at our place. So we have to see what we can do. So we'll see. But, hey, a feel-good win, and now we move on.
So, once again, Baruch 67-39 monster win. Big game from Idea, big game from Castillo. We'll step aside. We have about 25-30 minutes until the men's play against Rosemont. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.